So yeah, it was like total chaos with us yesterday because no one knew what was going on. And like there was no, if you were here, there was only emergency lights. There was no internet, there was no phone. Like, I mean, it was crazy. There was no internet. By the way, she was my science teacher.
Really?
Yeah.
My power went out too because I was like down the street. So.
Yeah, I mean, it was like crazy. So like once you were here, we couldn't get any communication. So like no one knew what to do. So like, I don't know, did some of your teachers teach live? Did some of them post assignments?
I
Did like,
didn't have class from like you're from like 9:12 to 1:35. I didn't have like a Zoom.
yeah, I mean, I just didn't know, like, I got an email at like 1:30 telling me that I was supposed to be teaching live all day. I was like, oh, well, shame. Like, I still, and then I keep getting emails. I got like 3 emails today telling me that yesterday, like what I was supposed to be doing. So, I mean, it was like super weird, super random. Anyway, here we are. So I kind of gave you what easy day. I think I said do some Quizlet, make sure that textbook assignment was done, which I just put in the computer, and half of you still have not done that. And what else? And then I just said review that quiz, but I didn't actually open it. So it's open now. We'll take a quick look at it now. So I was just kind of giving you kind of a little vocab day. So let me kind of tell you where we're headed. And then, so today is kind of our important day, right? Because we didn't have class yesterday. Most of you are not going to be here tomorrow. So today I need you to focus. We're going to go over a little bit of grammar stuff and make sure you're good to go, kind of headed into Friday, where of course half of you won't be here, and then Monday where I won't see you because you'll be virtual. So let's make sure we got our good focus today, and we'll get through what we need to get through, no problem. I've got a little Canvas activity for you to practice that I don't think I've published yet, but I will. You should have time to do that in class. So really shouldn't have any additional homework if you're here and you're doing what you need to be doing. So that's where we're headed. Zoom Blink. Let's see. I got 3 people. Dalia, you want to do your Zoom Blink today? Oh no, maybe you already went. Dalia, did you already go? I think you already went. I think I only have Lizeth. There's the only person here I think that can go. Lizeth, do you want to do your Zoom Blink today?
Huh?
Huh? Do you want to do that Zoom Blink? You know, where you like tell us something interesting about you?
I like to play volleyball.
Oh, you are not alone in here. You.
And
All right, wait, hold on. We got to see who else likes to play volleyball, as if we don't already know. All right, volleyballers. Who loves the volleyball? There they are. It's such a good class for volleyball. It's funny because in any of my other classes, like one person will say volleyball and everyone's like, nah. I'm like, you should be in my 3rd period. We love volleyball. Okay, Elizabeth, what else do you love?
I like watching a lot of scary shows.
Oh, scary shows. Who likes the scary ones? Scary, yeah. Got a few. Do you like to watch them at night or during the day, Elizabeth?
I like watching them at night.
Ooh. Can you watch them by yourself at night?
Sometimes.
Wow. I can't either. I can barely I can't do that. All right, Elizabeth, what's one more thing that you love?
I like watching anime.
Okay, anime. Who likes anime? Charles is up. Anime? How about Zoom friends? Any anime lovers out there? Like you got a couple there. Excellent. All right. Well, thanks for sharing with us. I think I only have one more person in here who is not here today, so we'll see. That might be it. We'll see. We'll do one more Zoom link. I was thinking, I feel like that's taking me almost all semester, but you know, it was fun. Okay, well, thanks for sharing. So let's jump back to your current lesson. Oh, I did want to remember to say Feliz Dia de la Tierra. What's Feliz Dia de la Tierra? Happy Earth Day. Did you know it's Earth Day? It is. Everybody think of something amazing that you can do for the earth. I will share, since we're talking about it, since I just brought it up, and I was thinking about it as I was literally saying this. One of the changes I've made this year is instead of buying those like big plastic things of laundry detergent, I have these little strips now. Have you seen those? They're like little strips. They look like little pieces of paper. And so then you don't have like a big jug of laundry detergent. So I was getting mine online, but I recently saw that they carry them at Kroger. So if you're interested, go check it out or tell your parents to check it out. They're just little strips and you just break them in half and you throw the strip in and it just does its thing. So there you go. Easy suggestion from Senora Silverly. All right, so yesterday I asked you to look at this 5B vocab quiz, but I didn't actually let you look at it. So why don't you look at it now and see how you did on your last quiz. So this was the 5B vocab quiz. It's linked under number 1. Have a quick look, see how you did, see what questions you have for me, if any. It was kind of some fill in the blank, and there was a little reading, and there were some questions about Spain. So just take a minute or two to review that and let me know what questions you might have on that. If for some crazy reason you never took that quiz, we should probably chat at some point. And you should get that made up for me. Which also makes me think of, don't forget, if you're missing assignment, your window has started officially to get me things. Few of you have turned some stuff in. All right. So I think that's anything you want me to go over here. Let me go over it. Can I want that? Yeah.
I think I should have,
Okay.
it was just the first time.
Ah. Yeah, and pretty much if you did it, you tried it, I give you points for it. So yeah, I'm pretty sure you got your points, as I recall. All right, any other questions about quiz? Going once, going twice? You sure? Okay, well then, vamos a continuar. All right, so here's what I really want to focus on today. We are talking about 2 commands. We actually already did these in January, at the beginning of the semester, and what we are going to do is revisit them today and then build on them next week with some new stuff. So today is actually all review. Whether or not you remember it, I do not know. So if you are in class, grab your handout that says positive 2 commands probably at the top. Yep, says positive 2 commands. And if you are at home, then you're going to want to click on number 2, where it actually says irregular 2 commands. I'm going to change that right now. I should probably say positive 2 commands. I meant to change that for screen. So it should now say positive 2 commands. And there's a little handout there that you can download or print real quick, whatever you want to do. It's sort of similar to the one that you actually already got in January, but I just made it a little vocab relevant to what we're doing right now. All right, so I will pull that up and I'm going to share it with you, but I need you to have your own out so that you can make sure that you are filling it in once we get to the fill in place. But if you want to look with me now, you can. Obviously, I will put it up here for those of you that are here, and we're going to chat. Oh, Liliana, I just saw your question. Sorry. You can. Is that something you want to talk about with everybody, or you just want to talk about that with me? I'm not looking at it anymore, so I don't even know what number 16 was. Why don't we, Liliana, can we hold on? Okay, later. Perfect. All right. Well, there'll be time at the end of class, so we'll go back to it. Do not let me forget, okay? Sorry, I didn't see that when I was actually going over the quiz. All right, so. All right, let's take a look. So here's where I want your undivided focus and attention for like 5-ish minutes. And let's make sure we are refreshed on this topic. All right, so if you're doing something else, if you got something else out, if you're trying to multitask, let's bring it in here and give me your full undivided attention, like I said, for 5 or 10 minutes, and then we'll make sure we're all on the same page. All right, bringing it in, bringing it in. All right, so we are talking about positive 2 commands. All right, what are commands? I'm going to break this down. I'm going to want to know what commands are. I'm going to want to know what 2 commands are, and then I'm going to know what positive 2 commands are. So let's start with commands. Like I said, we did these in January, so either think back or review what's in front of you, and raise your hand if you can tell me what is a command. What are we talking about here? It's like not present tense or past tense. What is it? What is a command? Tucker, what's a command?
When it tells you to do something.
Okay, yeah. So it is when you're telling somebody to do something. It's not rude. It's like, pass me your paper, open your computer, pass me the bread. I don't know, do your homework. Those are all commands. So you're telling somebody what to do. All right, now let's talk about what a to command is. So add to it, what is a to command? We have usted commands. We actually have nosotros commands. Somebody want to take that next step, Charles? What's a to command gonna be? So you are talking to you, and the you is what? Is it like me or is it like you? Not me. I'm being a little confusing here. Somebody want to clarify? Who's the you? It is you. He's totally right. What's the difference between like a to command and an usted command? What am I getting at? Who would you use a to command with? Right? Okay, look what it says in blue. To tell a friend or family member what to do. Okay, so you use the to form in general with friends and family, right? You use the usted form with an adult, like with a more professional situation with somebody you don't know. All right, so this is when you're telling your sister what to do, or you're telling your mom what to do, or your mom is telling you what to do, or I am telling you what to do. Okay, all of those are examples of when you would use the to form. Okay, so it is an informal command. I am using it with a friend or family member. All right, finally, positive. What is a positive command versus a negative command? I'll give you some examples in English. So a positive command would be do your homework, wash the dishes, clean your room. A negative command would be don't leave the trash on the floor. Don't hit your sister. All right, so a positive command is telling you what? To do something.
What to
A
do.
negative command would be don't, right? So we are only doing positive right now. This is what we did first semester, not first semester, at the beginning of the year, in January. We did positive to commands. Next week comes the new part. We're going to do the negatives. All right, so what I want to do today is make sure you are refreshed on how to do a positive to command, right? Wash the dishes, do your homework, listen to me, whatever, focus. Okay, those are all positive to commands. And then next week we'll do the negatives, the don't do this, don't do that. Now we're going to do in the context of food. So eventually you're going to write a recipe for me, right? You're going to tell me how to make something, right? So you're going to say add the ingredients, mix the ingredients, cook the ingredients, cut the ingredients, right? So you're going to tell me how to make something. All right, so everybody focus now right here. Okay, so we said now to tell a friend or family member what to do, use the positive to command. All right, how do we do this? The rules are very simple. So simply put the verb in the LA usted present tense form. Okay, I'll say that again. Simply put the verb in the LA usted present tense form. So that's the he, she form, right? So typically an AR verb is going to end with A, and an ER-IR verb is going to end with E, right? So if you think of your normal verbs like hablo, hablas, habla, that's the he, she form, or como, comes, come, that's the he, she form. So it just ends with the E or the A. Now it does say be careful, there are some stem changes. All right, so I've got 6 here that you're going to try for me. Now, what I've done here is I've used your vocab, right? So if you think about it in terms of ingredients, we're going to cut things, we're going to boil things, chop them, mix them, beat them, or fry them. And I need a positive command. So you're going to put each of these in the he, she form. Okay, so again, I said up here, if it ends with an AR, drop the AR and put on the A. If it ends with an ER-IR, drop the ER-IR and end it with an E. Be careful on 2 and 6. There is a stem change, so do the best you can with that. And then we'll check in together. All right, so I would like to give you a minute or 2 to try these on your own. Then I'm going to give you a minute to check in with somebody else and see how they kind of, if you agree, how they're looking. So I want everybody to try. Otherwise, you're going to get with your partner and be like, I don't know, I didn't do this. No. So try it. Okay. So literally, you're going to take it. Okay. You're going to drop the AR and put it in the he, she form. Okay, so again, an AR verb is going to still end with hey. All right, so see what you can do. All right, I'm gonna stop sharing because eventually here we'll write down the right words together. If you're at home, make sure you're typing these out or writing them out. These are your notes, so somehow you have to get them filled in. All right, and I think everybody is here. I know, Julia, you might have cut out for a minute. So it's in your current lesson. If you need these notes, it's in your current lesson under, I think, number 2. Not looking at it right in a second. I think it's number 2. So make sure that you are pulling that up and you're writing on that document, please. Okay. All right, ready, set, go. Like I said, in about 2 minutes, I'm going to pair you up with somebody and you guys can kind of check, see if you agree. So make sure you got your best educated guesses written down. I will share my screen so you can check your work. These are your notes, so make sure you've got some accurate examples here. So let's start with cut. I want you to cut the vegetables or cut the, I don't know, something in your ingredients. What would that look like, Sylvia? Corta, she says. Does that sound right? Yeah, because look, it's an AR verb. Here's how I do it if you're unsure. I take off the AR and then I put the A right back. So corta. Okay, if I want you to cut something, here, we'll give it a, let's make it a different color. Let's make it yellow. All right, so corta. I want you to cut the carrot. Corta la zanahoria. All right, let's get boil for a minute because that one's a little trickier. Let's go with 3 and 4. If you got 1, you should get 3 and 4. If you didn't get 1, go back right now, fix 3 and 4, and you should get them now. Anthony, what do you think? Pica, sounds good, right? So you're gonna chop it. Easy peasy, right? How about mix it? What if we want to mix something? Maddie. I think you're thinking that that's an I, but it's an L.
Oh.
So you want to say it again? Mezcla. But I think you probably wrote that L as an I, right? Yeah. So mezcla, there it is. All right, mix it. Mezcla. All right. So now let's do 5. All right, 5 is the same. There's nothing funny. It's just an IR verb. So as it says up here, ER and IR verbs end with E. So if we want to beat the eggs, it's not like beat a person, it's like beat the eggs. What are we gonna say? How about Zoom friends? Who wants it? Get your point out there. Liliana.
Is it pate?
It is bate. There it is. Okay. So we got bate. All right, now we got 2 that I'm telling you have a little stem change. Not a big deal because I've told you. So look, the E obviously changes to IE here, and the E changes to I here. So somebody want to try, how would I say boil the water? Boil something. I would say boil. Maggie, what are you thinking? Uh-huh. So yeah, hierve. A little highlight there. Let's do a different color. Let's go. There it is. Hierve. All right, we'll make sure we know how to say it in a minute. The H is silent. All right, and it's an IE, and then your ending is E because it's an IR verb. All right, if you didn't get that one, check 6 real quick before we say it. See if you can fix up your 6. 6 is a funny verb, but it's got a little weird accent on it, but it looks like what it should be, knowing that the E changes to an I. All right, so what if I want to fry something? I want to say these say fry. What do you think, Charles? Probably you're spelling right. How do you spell it? All right, so it's F-R-I-E. Now it's a little funny where actually that I has a little accent on it. So let's go ahead and put it. I wouldn't count that against you, but. All right, so if you want to fry something, frie, right? It's a funny little word there, but the E changes to an I. All right, so let's make sure we know how to say these. I'm going to go down the line. I would like you to repeat that. If you're at home, obviously I won't hear you, but you still need to do it. Let's hear what these sound like. So repeat them. Corta. hierve, pica, mezcla, bate, fríe. All right. So are those ringing a bell at all from first semester? Not first, I keep saying that, from the beginning of this semester. So I know we didn't do the vocab, but you kind of remember talking about commands a little bit? If not, I think you'll probably remember when I give you these irregulars. So most words are regular. Most are going to work like this. There are a few irregulars. So switch down to the back if you're with me, or on the, just scroll down. All right, so these might look familiar, or when I remind you about it's a silly story, but hopefully it'll help you remember these irregulars. So we have about what, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 8. So there are 8 irregulars. And here's the deal. You cannot use the he, she form, right? The command is not sale or pone or ase or tiene. Okay, those just doesn't work. Okay, they're irregular. So they are these little short words. And we've got di, sal, ponce, Vaven has 10. And remember, I told you this silly story about the census worker, right? And we said his name is Salpone, and he goes around and he collects information about how many kids everybody has at their house. And he goes to Vaven's house. Does this story sort of sound familiar? I mean, it's dumb, but it should help you. Haley's like, nope, don't remember. All right, well, I'll give you the abridged version. So the guy's name is Salpone, right? And you'll notice that I'm saying Salpone because if you remember this story, Sal goes with what verb? It does mean salt, actually, but in this case, it's a command that means, that goes with salir, so leave, sal, leave. All right, and pone goes with what verb? Clase, poner. So it's about this guy, Salpone, and he goes around and he goes to Vaven's house. And Vaven is spelled like this. Of course, the ve goes with what verb? Ear. And the ven goes with veneer. And then he goes around and how many kids does Vaven have? 10, right? Because then Oz goes with Aser and 10 goes with Tener. And then he goes back and he tells the guys where he works and someone overhears him and he goes, did Salpone say Vaven has 10? And then the did or D goes with this year. All right. So that was my little story. And then if the question is, did Salpone say Vaven has 10? Say it with me. Did Salpone say Vaven has 10? Say it again. Did Salpone say Vaven has 10? You say it. And again, that should help you out with all these. I forgot to talk about the word say. Obviously, we say as in S-A-Y, but you can spell it in Spanish as S-E, and then you get the word for be. All right, so hopefully that kind of sounds vaguely familiar. All right, what I want to do is give you a few minutes to practice with these. We're going to do a little bit of Quizlet Live, and then I've got like a, hopefully it won't be homework, it shouldn't be, a practice for you to show me that you're remembering these and you are understanding them. So that's kind of where we're going to head with this. So keep your notes handy. Unless you happen to just amazingly remember all this. And let me show you what I want to practice on for now. All right, if you would go back to your current lesson, you will see under number 2 that there's a Quizlet link. Okay, so again, go back to your current lesson under number 2, Quizlet link. If you click on that, you will see, we did these before, you've got like, I don't know, there's probably about 16 probably words on here. And mine's still loading. Did yours work? Yeah. Okay, here it is. So you'll see not vocab words, these commands, they look like that. So the first 8, I was just trying to help you remember what word goes with like what they mean, right? So then means come and they means go. And then the last part I did, because you have to know what they go with, poner goes with pone. And sayer goes with say. So I would like to give you, I don't know, like 5-ish minutes, maybe a little more, less than 10. I would like you to practice these. So I would like you to go through them just as flashcards for a second. And then there's not very many. So I would think you could play a gravity game or a matching game real quick. If you want to do a writing game or learning, whatever, do a test, do something for about, like I said, more than 5, less than 10. to practice, and then we will go through it together. All right, so use your time here. Don't waste it. I'm gonna put 7 minutes on my clock. I just started it, and I would like you completely focused on these 8 words for the next 7 minutes, and see if you can't become refamiliarized with them. All right. Like I said, this is kind of the base that we'll build on next week with new stuff. So this is the stuff I kind of expect you to already know after a little refresh. All right. So I started your timer, got 7 minutes. Do your thing, and then we'll play a game with it real quick. If you go to your current lesson, you should see the homework is there for you, and you should be able to do it. It is just practicing what we just did. So please make sure that is done for tomorrow. Okay, that is your actual homework that you can possibly get it done right now. Use your notes to help you. Just a little 2 command practice. Other things to consider, check Skyward. I did update grades. I put in your textbook assignment in your last vocab. So if you have not done either of those things, I recommend that you do them. For those of you that I won't see tomorrow, no big deal, right? We've got the handout for the movie, and we're gonna play Book It tomorrow. And so whoever's here will do Book It and start the movie. And if you're not here, good luck on your biology fund. And you can just watch the movie on Monday on your own, answer the questions, no big deal. Right, and if you're here, you'll have to do the second half of the movie on your own anyway. It's like, 40-minute or Mexico movie in English, same thing that we've been doing. All right, so if you have any questions, hang around. Liliana, I'm happy to go over that one thing that you had a question on. Otherwise, make sure you're working on your little practice. And I think if you use your notes, you should be able to get it pretty accurate. Just pay attention, right? The first part is just regular commands, and the second part, you want to use your did solve poem. Say they them has 10. Okay. All right, so Zoom friends, you can go as long as you know what you're doing, and unless you have a question, I will say see you tomorrow. Oh, no problem, Liliana. All right, so you want me to pull up that question real quick and